This video is sponsored by BetterHelp.
I've been running a solo video business since 2012, and right when I got started, there were some mistakes that I made that I wish I would have done differently. So this video is about some of those mistakes that hopefully can help you if you're getting started with a solo video business. You know, not make those same mistakes, help you grow a little bit faster in your video business.
Old man winter.
I know. Okay. Gotta check my notes. So the very first mistake that I made when I started my solo video business was I focused too much on getting gear that I didn't need right off the bat. Now, some gear is essential, right? So you need like a good camera, you know, you need a tripod, you need lights. But one of the things I was doing is I was spending too much money that I didn't have, money that I would get from projects right away, and I was spending it on gear that I didn't necessarily need to make the types of videos that I was making. So for example, like I didn't need a gimbal right away. The gimbal was not an essential piece, an essential tool that I needed right away when getting started with the video business. I probably should have spent some of that money on, rather than like gimbals and sliders, I probably should have invested a little bit more in, you know, lights, right? Maybe a couple other lenses. And that was another thing, you know, I was getting some specialty lenses that I didn't need, you know, when like a 24-70 or, you know, on a Micro Four Thirds, maybe a 12-35, some essential lenses right off the bat. I was spending money on like specialty lenses that I didn't need that would come later on as I started establishing myself. So if you're just getting started with your solo video business, make sure that you are spending money on the essentials. Good support system, tripod, essential lenses, and a good camera system, whether that's an A cam, B cam, you know, 24-70, 70-200 millimeter zoom lenses, or if you want to go with primes, whatever that looks like for you and the type of work that you're doing. Don't spend money on gear that's, you know, not essential, that you don't need right away. So the second mistake I made when I first started my solo video business was not going out of my way to find like a mentor or someone else to talk to. So, you know, having a mentor in the space, I think, is a very important thing, just because they've been there, right? So they've done the thing, you know, they have experience in the industry. Just having a mentor to talk to, you know, right when you start getting into your solo video business, I think is very important. Or having somebody else to talk to, and that's where the sponsor of this video comes in. And so let me explain a little bit more about BetterHelp.
When I started my solo video business, I really wish I would have taken my mental health more seriously and taken advantage of opportunities that are now available, like my sponsor for this video, BetterHelp, who connects you with a licensed therapist who is trained to listen and give you helpful, unbiased advice. When you first get going with running a business, there can be times where business is great and money is coming in, and then there's times where you're wondering how you're gonna pay for just food. Especially running a freelance solo video business, some months there's a bunch of projects, some months there's definitely not. Unless you have the greatest support system on the planet, anxiety and stress levels are through the roof, knowing that a few mismanaged dollars or client accounts could make or break what you're trying to do with your business. Looking back, I wish I would have been more proactive and had someone to talk to, a trained professional to help talk through those highs and lows, especially with trying to take care of my family and all that too. Here's how you can get started with BetterHelp and get connected with a licensed therapist. First, go to their site. Use my link that I have, betterhelp.com/Caleb Hoover. It's listed on the screen, or you can check it out in the description. You answer a few questions and BetterHelp will match you to a professional who has years of experience helping people with struggles just like yours. Then you can do it all from your phone or computer through a phone call, video chat, or messaging in whatever way you feel most comfortable. It's the easiest and most accessible way to start talking to a therapist. You'll be matched with a therapist usually within 48 hours, so you can get started fast. Let BetterHelp connect you to a therapist who can support you, all from the comfort of your own home. Visit betterhelp.com/Caleb Hoover and enjoy a special discount on your first month.
So the third mistake that I feel like I made personally when, you know, starting my solo video business was I didn't get in on some other, you know, video shoots, bigger productions. And so some of the ins and outs of, you know, production life in the industry, I wasn't totally familiar with, and because I didn't go to film school or anything like that either. So I would encourage you to try to get in on some of those bigger productions, bigger video shoots, just to learn some of those things. And this kind of goes back to like maybe having a mentor in the space as well that might be able to help you get in on some of those video shoots. And you know, a lot of times what it comes down to is just asking to see if you can get on those video shoots and be a grip person, just to kind of learn those different aspects of video production, right? And you know, maybe there's not bigger video production where you're at. Maybe there's some other small freelancers. If you can just help them out on some video shoots as well. If you are looking to start your own solo video business, I really feel like it's important to kind of learn that side of the industry and get in on some of those bigger video shoots and just understand what's going on with some of those productions. So this fourth mistake that I made when I first got started with my solo video business, I really wish I would have done more of this, and that's making spec ads of or in the areas that I was interested in making videos. So if you're interested in making videos for, you know, manufacturing, you know, find some people in that area and just make some spec ads so that you have a little bit of a portfolio that you can start showing other companies. What that does is that helps you practice the area that you want to be involved in and make videos in, but also it helps kind of create that portfolio for you that you have to show other potential clients. And so making spec ads and, you know, fake ads, whatever area that might be for you, I think is a very important thing when it comes to just getting started in the video industry and starting your own solo video business. Now, the fifth mistake that I made when I started my solo video business, and this is kind of a, I don't want to call it like a controversial one or whatever, but I'm a firm believer that if you can really niche down and master one type of production, I think you'll be more successful in your video business. That's one of the things that I didn't do when I first started. I dabbled in a bunch of different productions, so like weddings, right? And then tried doing some music videos. I was testing some of the grounds and everything, but I knew that I wanted to go into more like corporate style video. And so by dabbling in so many other areas, I wasn't necessarily mastering one area of production. And I think for me personally, that was a mistake. And I hope that's something that you can learn from as well, is that I think that if you can master and kind of niche down in your production, I think that right off the bat, things are going to run just a little bit smooth. Things are going to run a little bit more smoothly for you. Is that how you say that? More smoothly? Things are going to go smoother for you, yeah. I think. So rather than dabbling in a bunch of different things, and this kind of goes back to making those spec ads as well, you know, that area that you're interested in, double down on that type of thing and not necessarily doing a bunch of different types of production, focus in on one thing, maybe two things. Then if you're able to kind of niche down, I really think that you will start to be able to kind of dominate that industry of whatever area of production that you're in. So if it's manufacturing, you know, focus in on that manufacturing. You'll be the go-to person for manufacturing videos. And so when other, you know, people are looking for videos to promote their manufacturing business, you'll be the go-to person when it comes to that. And then if you kind of want to expand your horizons with production, you know, you can kind of do some of those on the side, like creative projects and things like that, that I think, you know, that might not necessarily be your moneymaker right now, but as you get going, you can kind of start experimenting with some other things. But money-making wise, find a niche and dominate that area. Moneymaker. So those are 5 mistakes that I made that I wish somebody would have told me when I got started with my solo video business. Are you running a video business right now? What are some things that you could help others with who might be looking at starting a solo video business? Let's get a conversation started down in the comments and kind of help each other out down there. So earlier in this video, I talked about some of the mistakes I made when getting gear for my solo video business. In this video that's popping up on your screen right here, I go through everything, all the essentials that you need to get started. So go check out that video and I'll see you over there.